All right, we have another example of composition of functions here. Remember this notation with the little circle means composition. So we're going to create a new composite function by inserting f values that coordinate with x values of 7. Well, let me just show you. It's easier to show you. I'm talking too much. All right, so I'm going to use my color coding. I'm going to use blue for f of x and purple for g of x. And point out that this is x and y. Notice that we have the same x values, 1 and 1, 2 and 2, 5 and 5, 7 and 7. The difference is the y values of the function. So we have not been given equations to represent the function, but we have been given ordered pairs to represent maybe not the entire function, but at least 4 ordered pairs for each function. So when you plug, if we were to know the equation of the function f of x, we would plug a 1 into the function and have an output y value of 5. So that would be on the f of x graph, we would have a coordinate 1, 5. And then we would have 2, 7, and so on. Right, so I won't list all that out, but just want to point out that these are ordered pairs. So this is my blue y's, and these are my purple y's. So I'm going to start by looking for the inner function's value at an x value of 7. Okay, so the 7 right here means x is 7. And another way to write g composed with f of 7 is to write, I try to use my color coding here, g of f of 7. Black. So I'm going to find an ordered pair x comma f of 7, or 7 comma f of 7, and then I'm going to do whatever the result is here is actually going to be the first coordinate of my g function. So it's, well, yeah. So the blue one is the inner function. So you would start with an x input of 7. And looking at my blue set, when I have an x value of 7, my y value, or the function value, is 2 there. Right, but that becomes, I guess I could just keep it like that. That becomes the x input for my g function. So now I'm looking at the purple set, and I'm looking for an ordered pair that has 2 as its x value. And then whatever 2 is paired with, the y value that 2 is paired with for the purple function will be my final answer. So if I look for an input of 2, I have an output of 5. All right, so my final answer is 5. Just like that. So let me show you a couple others just so that I can drive the point home. If I wanted to do, let's make up another one. Let's do f of g of 7. Let's go the other way around. So for this version, I had the f function on the inside. But for this one, I'm going to have the g function on the inside. So I'm going to work from the inside out, and I'm going to have f of, what's g of 7? Well, when x is 7, I have a y value of 8. And then that will be my x input. So I'm looking for an x value of 8, but there isn't one. So this does not exist, actually. Let's try a different one. How about f of g of 2? So that would be f of g of 2. Okay, so here's x equals 2. Here's g of 2. And then here's an input of 5 for f. And here's f of 5. So that's the answer for that one. Let's see, what else could we try? Maybe we could do g of f of 5. Alright, so starting with the f function, I have an x value of 5 and an output y value of 1. And then my input of 1 coordinates to an output of 2 on my g function, so the answer would be 2. Alright, so that's how you handle it when you've got ordered pairs rather than equations and you need to compose functions.